Hello everybody. We were not told we had to do a video like this. I'm not very comfortable with doing a video like this, but I just feel like it's what's best for all of us at this point. And I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to make you aware of what's going on and to explain this instructional packet to you that you'll be getting tomorrow. Tomorrow when you go to the school to pick up your child's packet, it's going to look like this. It'll have your child's name on the front of it, of course. And then on the inside of this packet, there's going to be 3 weeks worth of work. Every teacher has not included 3 weeks. Most teachers have probably done only 2, which is fine. But Miss Green and I went ahead and did 3 weeks worth of work for 4K. So in this packet, you have 3 weeks worth of work. I want to show you what each week's packet will look like. So I've got little packets put together inside of your big packet here. Each week has a cover sheet. This is our class color. So whenever they collect these back up or hand them out, yellow is for Miss Green and myself. Each one says the week on the front of it. So week 1 is right here. You are going to put your child's name, because when you return the work to the school weekly, it needs to come back with the cover page showing your child's name. It needs to be paper clipped with whatever we've asked you to return. This is very important because this packet each week shows that your child did the instructional work that we would have been doing in the classroom, and it also is going to account for their attendance. So these are mandatory. When you flip the page and look on the inside, each week has the same checklist. It's not going to be the exact same activities. However, each packet, which counts for 1 week, has 5 days listed in it. And if you look at the top up here of the beginning of the checklist sheet, there are very important instructions for the packet. It just says to work daily on this packet. Check off each activity as you complete it. Parents, you're going to initial. And just make sure you check off everything just in case we want, and then sign your initials right over here. Items that have an asterisk by them. Okay, so if you look here and there's an asterisk over here, that means the things with the asterisks on them need to be checked off, but that's also the work that's going to be returned to us. So we'll go over that in a minute, what's in here that will be returned. However, please make sure that anything that has an asterisk by it does get returned, is paper clipped to the cover sheet. All work is mandatory. Like I said, this counts for your child's attendance. It's due back to school by the designated day each week. Designated days are Monday and Thursdays. However, next week is going to be specifically Thursday. So March 26th, week 1's packet is due back to the school. Then the following weeks will be Mondays and Thursdays. I'm not 100% sure on the details, but from what it seems to me is that you will drop it off in a bin outside. I could be wrong. That may change. Stuff is changing a lot. It's changed a lot over the past 2 days. So from my understanding, you'll drop this off in a bin at the school. I'll let you know if something changes. And then it just says that I will be available for consult and questions Monday through Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and from 1:30 to 3 p.m. Those are designated hours that we've told we should make ourselves available to y'all if you need help or have any questions furthermore in this packet. So those are the days and times, and also my email's on here. You can reach out to me through the Remind app. If you do need me to contact you by phone, please just send me an email or a Remind message. Give me your phone number, and I'll be glad to reach out to you by phone if it's something that needs to be answered that way. All right, so once you flip into the packet, and this stays consistent because this is actually how we already pretty much do our weeks at school, is that right now we're taking 5 letters a day, and we do these for a few weeks, the same 5 letters. This is just to refresh, kind of focus on letters if your child doesn't know these. We're kind of putting a big emphasis on these 5 letters. So what they do, and the kids should know how to do this. We've been doing these already, so they should when they see this sheet, they should understand what to do. I know when they're at home, it may be different. But they should be able to show you, exactly how they do these. I know you'll be able to see it yourself and figure it out, but they're just going to trace 3 times and they write the letter. We always come around, ask them, to tell us the letter, what's the sound. We do try to do individual checkoffs. And on Friday, because it can get kind of busy going around to each child and asking them to do the checkoff, we try to hit, people daily, different people, and check them. But on Friday, it's specifically a day for review, for pulling the sheet and having them identify the letter and the sound. At home, it'll be easier for you to do the letter checkoff than in class, because we've got 15 kids to do. But on Friday, you will see this on your sheet. They won't actually trace and write. They're going to just do a review with you, tell you the letter, tell you the sound. If you want to take it further with some things that begin with those letters, some pictures or just items that they're familiar with that begin with those letters, that'll be great. All right, so they're going to have this. This is going to be all 3 weeks. You'll have this CGHIR. The first week, they're only going to have 0 through 3 number writing. They trace the numbers 3 times, write just like the letters. Once again, do a check off, have them count for you. If you have some items and they can count out the amount for each number, that'll be great too. We actually do a lot of that in the classroom, and it would be a lot to send those materials right now. So they know how to do these. We've been doing these often. The only thing that changes in week 2 and week 3 is that they go all the way to 5. Each day we've also listed for them to write their names, first and last name. Each week has day 1 through 5 and slots for them to write their names. Then you will find a stapled packet. It'll start back here at the back. These next 5 sheets are stapled. The daily checkoff boxes, each day states just complete one of the pictures, one of the pages that's in the stapled pack. So you'll only need to complete one of these per day. Everything else on the checklist is oral work, or there's a few extra materials in the packet that I'm going to show you. So we did the alphabet writing, we did the number writing, complete the 1 page from the stapled pack, practice writing first and last name. Those are the only 4 things of hard copies that'll be returned to me. The other things you can just check off along with the first 4 and initial. The other things are just practice foundation alphabet cards. Those are in the bag. These are for you to keep forever. I'm going to show you the bag down in here. Give me just a second. Everybody has a pack of these, A through Z. We do these in the classroom. The copy of the motions that we do with them are on here, but once again, your kids, I think, are pretty comfortable with doing these and can kind of show you themselves. I am going to show you an example of A. For every picture card, when we review these in the classroom, we review these every morning. We go through all 26 letters, and I'll just point. The kids will say A, apple, and then the motion. And like I said, there's a list of the motions in here. Ah. So we go A through Z every day, and we do it as a whole group. If your child, you think you need to mix it up a little bit and just do half the alphabet at the beginning and maybe half later, that's fine too. We definitely want you to mix things up, and we don't want them to sit there and do all this at one time. If that's the only way you can do it, I'm fully supportive of that. I understand this is a tough time for everybody, so just do what you can. All right, so the alphabet cards, and if you have any questions about those, I don't mind. I've got to be available by phone from the designated hour, so I don't mind helping you out with these if you need help. Maybe even during the week, I can make another video, depending, if that's what y'all want. Just give me some feedback, and I'll be glad to try to do a video with the sounds and motions. Practice counting objects, buttons, cereal, crayons, pennies, anything. Up to 5, higher if able. please let them keep going. We don't want to restrict them to just 5. I think most of ours can count objects up to 10 already, so you can go past that. Read at least 2 books and discuss at home. And if you'll just list them on here for me each day, that'll be great. We read at least 3 books a day in the classroom. A lot of times we dig deeper into the books and we reread books throughout the week as part of our curriculum. And we kind of go further into talking about what's going on in those books. So it is completely okay to reread books that you've already done. That's something that we do a lot in our classroom. And then the last check off here is just physical gross motor activity. You know, we want them to be active. And at the back of your packet, you will find, these will be behind the 3 days worth of work. You will find gross motor development activities, suggestions. There's a gross motor bingo I've included in there. And also, please make sure that you see there's a sheet from our librarian. She's really gone out of her way. I think this is great that she's done this. And it's just, it says, mark a square each time you complete the activity. Can you do them all? And she is going to give the kids a reward that do return this and show that they've done some of these. So I think that's awesome. Like I said, we don't want to burn out any kids. This is stuff, you know, I know when you sit down with them, it's probably going to be that, you know, you're just trying to get it done, and that's understandable because a lot of you are still working. But if you are at home with your child, you know, try to give them those breaks. I don't want them to get burnt out by any means, and I'm just trying to make sure that I provide you with everything that you need. And I hope that this video has helped you. Like I said, I just felt like maybe it would be a little bit easier so that whenever you do get these, if you have any questions, you won't feel like you're having to reach out to me because I haven't explained something good enough or whatnot. You know, I hope that if you reach out to me that I can, you know, help you with the work or explain something to you. So just give me some feedback, whether or not you want me to do the sounds in motion. Like I said, I'll be glad to do that. And like I said, there are 3 weeks worth of packets. The only thing I suggest is just make sure that you're turning in your week packets. You're not doing like all this, forcing your kid to do all these things and then turning it in all at once. We do not want that. We want it to be paced, you know, let them go at a nice pace to complete the work just as if they were at school. I think I've answered all of my questions that I thought I should answer. I will add this last couple things. There is a little paper clip packet at the end. This is just extra work in case you run out. A few parents did ask me to send them extra work. So here it is. And we've also included a book that your child may have from us out of our classroom. Every child has a book in the back just for you to keep at home if you need books. But I just want to tell you all thank you. Y'all been so easy to work with this year. You've been supportive, and I know that you will be supportive of this and try to work with me. And just please know that, like I said, my hours are on here. I am available. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I want this to be easy for you. I don't want it to be something that's like, I know it's a bump in the road, but I don't want it to be that terrible. So please just reach out to me. But I think your kids, you'll be surprised. I think they're going to know how to do pretty much everything that's in this packet. They may need a little help with those, the staple packet where I said they can do 1 worksheet a day. That's the only thing I can think where they really might need some guidance from you. And if you need me, call me. So I appreciate it. Like I said, give me some feedback on the sounds in motion. I'll be glad to do that this week. Otherwise, everybody stay safe.